Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome back. This is game 2. Adastam up against Beach Tech. Beach Tech, one game in the bag. This is a best of 3 series for the Legion Commander set. And joining me for this threesome is none other than HELLBIRD and Succubus.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Good evening. Fuck, I just got hanged up by HELLBIRD. He was supposed to do that with me. What an asshole.
Right. You have been officially left hanging.
I was still getting over the fact that basically Wilson was Storm Spirit there. I literally felt like Storm Spirit was welcoming us to the Dota game.
I think he should, to be honest.
Storm Spirit.
Storm
I say we pass the
Spirit.
entire thing as Storm Spirit. What do you say, Wilson?
What, you and me? We're
Yeah.
basically singing it out then. Poor Succubus.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. Well, I'm excited. They're playing. Okay, hey.
Just
My
become
turn.
Italian here by doing this. I like literally just was
becoming
thinking in my
Italian.
mind how I would do Storm Spirit, and then in my mind just became Mario. It's a me, Storm Spirit.
But on a serious note, though, they are playing my favorite hero. It is the Ginger Ninja, the Windrunner, and I'm pretty excited for this. I mean, what do you think of the item choices here, Mr. Devon and Mr. Wilson?
Well, I'm just checking the actual
disappointed,
damage
Devon.
out quickly. There's a
I'm
slight,
too
like, minor advantage of Beach Tech because it's got like 1 extra damage, but I don't think that's going to make any difference whatsoever. Although it'd be amazing if it would. I would want to watch that game where 1
Albert,
damage
you're
was
disappointing me.
Well, Adam's got a bit more.
You should-
Adam's got a bit more sustain in the lane with his extra regen, and he's going for that old school double null talisman build by the looks of things. So, and he is, yeah. I mean, that verifier is giving him quite a little bit more damage, a little bit damage, and you know the mantle of intelligence is also going to help him out. Plus, he's got extra regen, so he can stay in lane a little bit longer than Beach Tech here.
Well, Beach Tech actually has more HP.
Yeah, he
which
does have more
is
HP.
Somewhat offsets it a little bit as well. I love this.
Again by
We can do a
16.
wind round on each other, but I'm not just. That's a really bad exchange from Beach Tech. Like, I think he knew what he was supposed to do, but he isn't experienced in the hero or whatnot, because he just held on to it way too long, and he took so much damage. I mean, effectively, generally speaking, if you're the Windranger that pops Windrun first, you're at a little bit of a disadvantage because you can't really choose when to use it and whatnot. So obviously, at this stage, Beach Tech, there you go, obviously being pushed back quite heavily.
Forced back into an interesting build. He's opted to pick up the Shackle Shot first.
Are you singing everything now?
Perhaps I should. And of course, Adastam's opted to pick up the Power Shot instead. They're both shots, but they do very, very different things. Ooh, Beach Tech dodging that one, but having to expend a little bit of mana in the form of the Windrun to do so. Tries to get that extra little bit of speed. I don't know. This really could go either way, but it was Adastam's choice, so one would expect that he has the advantage here. Then again, I did say that in the first game, and he did have his ass handed to him.
Yeah, well, look, HELLBIRD tends to prefer, you know, going Shackle first on his Windrunners. I prefer to
Why?
go for the damage build, Power Shot. It all depends, but I mean...
Well, then I'm going to let the two of you duke it out. Oh,
Well,
Beach Tech.
It's situational. It's very situational. Look, Disable's nice, but then you normally have a hero to back up the damage after that. So 1v1 situations, yes, Disable's amazing, but you do need that damage output as well. And she doesn't right-click all too hard in the beginning. That's why I like leveling up a Power Shot in a 1v1 situation.
Yeah, I
Take a
actually
look at the
definitely agree with you. The reason I like to level Shackles is because, generally speaking, I find that I can move around the map and actually make kills happen where if you're just relying on the power shots, it's a lot harder to do so. And you can, if you look at the actual stun durations, it's very drastic, the increase that it gets. I mean, 1.5 seconds on a Windrunner with her attack animations is actually terrible. You get maybe 1 or 2 hits, if you're lucky, and then the guy's already out of his stun. So it doesn't do a huge amount for you, but if you have something behind it that can take advantage of the stun, then it's really good. But in this case, I totally agree. I think at least 1 level in Power Shot just helps you get that extra creep and whatnot. So
Yeah.
even if you want to try and get to the point where you get that amazing Shackle off and go for that focus fire at that point.
Oh, so close. Going for the
So
Shackle
this is
Shot,
actually
not quite
interesting,
connecting.
Yeah, I was curious is when Beach Tech reveals that he's going with the Shackle Shot, then it changes the whole way that Adastam actually has to play this game, because he can just look at this now like, cool, so all I need to do is keep pressure on the tower and actually win by taking the tower down. And he can do that quite safely by just spamming power shots, because obviously there's no way for Beach Tech really to return that. And then once again, the pressure's changed around, as Beach Tech will be the guy who has to find those kills, because his tower's under pressure.
Well, look, Adam's...
Do you think that perhaps the 2 points in Shackle Shot was a bit of a mistake?
No,
Rather go for the
I
1
don't-
point in Shackle Shot and then the rest into power?
No, I don't think it's a mistake. It all depends on how you want to build and play your hero. But look, Adastam's building his hero the way I would normally build it. Maybe not an extra level in Windrun. I would max a power shot, get a value points in Shackle and Windrun. But I suppose in a 1v1 situation, it is better to get more levels in your Windrun, and then, you know. But I normally do the Windrun, a power shot, Shackle, then I max my power shot after that, and then go for maxing Shackle straight after that. So, like I said, it's all situational. All depends how you want to play the hero and how you want to play the game. I don't know, Devin.
Fair
what do you
enough.
think?
Yeah, I think that a lot of this is almost like a bit of a lottery, because you try to understand what your opponent's doing. And one of the big things as well is your Windrun. It's a huge point if this gets to level 6, which we have reached, where the person with the longest Windrun effectively gets such a massive advantage because of the amount of hits you're going to get through that small period of time.
Yeah.
So what I am very happy to see is Beach Tech picking up the infused raindrops. Actually, that's the most important pickup he could have got here. Whilst it's also on the side of Adastam, it's less important for him since he doesn't actually have the power shot to deal with. But obviously, when the favors return, this is actually make a big difference.
This is like watching a mirror game.
Yeah, it's going to make a difference, because obviously a lot of his damage output for now, well, Adastam's, a lot of his damage output now is, you know, obviously a power shot. So picking up those infused raindrops is really going to help Beach Tech in a situation where if he gets a bit too close or he gets caught out of position or whatever the case may be. But I'm going to see Adastam maybe picking up more levels into Windrun now, since he did pick up that focus fire.
Ooh, and a focus
That's
fire
the
on that
play.
note.
That's close.
Bit of a shame. It didn't quite work out. The latch wasn't quite there from the Shackle Shot. Otherwise, Dast might have actually been in a spot of trouble. He goes for it again, but the distance is just way too far out. Then again, I've seen some obscene shackles land from where they really shouldn't have.
Yeah, I mean, that's the art of WINDRANGER, right? Is just throwing out as many shackles as possible and hoping you get that 45-degree angle shackle, which I think we've all been the recipient of, but are generally not the deliverer of.
Well, I play a lot of Windrunner, as you guys know, and you know, like I know the range where Shackle is going to hit and when it's not going to hit, and those weird shackles do happen, but it's not that much. It's not that much anymore, and Windrunner is primarily a skill shot hero. You have to know how to land those things. I mean, you're not going to stun someone unless they're, you know, right by a creep or they're in a 90-degree angle of a tree or something to that effect. But the power shot is also a skill shot. If you don't land it, you don't do damage. So
Speaking of which, though, this is probably the best opportunity that Beach Tech's gifted here in Vizrun. I think he's, you know, Adastam's a smart enough player to realize that something is up. But we'll see how he responds to it, because it's just Shackle and Focus Fire, and then he should be dead. And I
Well,
think
there
he's
is
going
the
to line
run
himself up
to
for it.
pull back off.
Oh, he should have shackled him there. That was perfect. He was aligned perfectly with his catapult.
Really doesn't want to muck this up. There's the wind run, so Beach Tech not doing any damage, but there's the follow-up shackle. Beautifully timed, and now Adastam stuck between the trees and has to make a hasty escape. Beach Tech walking away with a lot of damage there. And that was a pretty sneaky play from him. I actually thought he did it wrong until, well, basically it forced out Adastam's wind run. Oh, and another shackle lands beautifully. Beach Tech, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Not enough to take him down. Out comes the wind run from Adastam. And Beach Tech's actually given this man a bit of a lesson here in mid.
He really is, and must say that.
Well,
shackle lands
counter
onto
shackle.
him.
Is he going to be in the same spot of trouble? There's the wind run defensively used there. And out comes the power shot, but it does miss. Not that it matters. Oh, actually, it does.
It matters quite a bit.
Well, it does, but the infused raindrop is going to kind of negate most of that damage, actually. It only means 80 damage from the power shot.
Yeah, but just take a look what Adastam picks up now. A nice little double damage run, so that could help him if he lands a nice shackle.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's a huge amount of pressure on Adastam at the moment, because he also has a way higher CS and more denies and whatnot. So he can just win this by nutrition. Even if he dies, I would still almost favor him to win the match. the big thing though for BTX, he has to get a kill pretty soon, and he's got to connect with the shackle shot first into the focus fire. Otherwise, he just simply won't have the damage output with no points in the power shot. And well, that's.
Oh, there it is. Is it going to be
needed.
enough? It is! And Adastam hits the deck again on his preferred hero, Beach Tech, showing him how it's done almost. And I don't know. I don't play this hero all too much, but that was pretty cheeky stuff from Beach Tech, don't you think?
I don't think it was cheeky. I think Adastam should have known better. I mean, he does know that he's gone for the full level shackle, and he was standing right by a tree at the perfect angle. So, for me, it's a bit of a misplay.
Yeah, that was pretty sloppy. I got to say once again, there's a really easy way to win this game for him, right? Because all he actually has to do is, when he sees the shackle animation, is Windrun. Windrun's duration is longer than the shackle duration, and therefore, if he does that, he can rely on his own power shot just to push back this tower and just win by the tower. I mean, easier said than done, right? But
Yep. No, I agree.
It's not like we're hitting these short-range shackles here.
Not at all. But it looks like
Beach Tech picking
Adam
up a
gets
fair
a
amount of-
perfect shackle onto Beach Tech. I don't think it's going to be able to do much, but he does pop the double damage run. Is he going to dive this? He's still got his wind run available to him. He could do it.
He's waiting for his next
Could've
shackle.
gone.
Oh!
There's the second shackle. This is it. Beach Tech's going to hit the deck for sure. No, out comes the wind run. And actually, Adastam's got to back off a little bit. Out comes a counter shackle shot. Doesn't quite connect. Oh, and that fairy fire saving Beach Tech's life. One more right click does it, though. And Adastam walks away, having evened out the score. The next person to die will lose this match. And if it is Adastam again, that is it. We wave him goodbye and crown our champion in the form of Beach Tech.
Yeah, that there was two things that, almost saved Beach Tech's life. It was first that fairy fire, and then, of course, that beautiful infused raindrop that Adastam's power shot did absolutely no damage to him, but unfortunately double damage last right click, and that's it. But looks like he's going to opt to try take the tower now. And if he takes this tower, it's GG.
This is a serious problem. Beach Tech does not want to give it up. Out comes the glyph. He's going to be back in 1 second. There we go. But in the interim, it's going to buy Adastam the time to disappear to the bounty room, bottle on up, help himself to yet another 3 set of bottle charges. What the hell just happened?
Well, Beach Tech was being clever, and I was going to say I really like this. There's a lot of actually that Beach Tech has done in this game that I really like. But he's smoked up, and he's going to TP to the tower. I guess the idea being that he could use the smoke to position himself in for that shackle shot and potentially finish the game.
No,
But
and he's doing quite a lot of damage now.
cancelled his TP, and where that puts him is now he has no opportunity to do that. He has no time to position himself or anything like that nature. He's missed out on XP, he's missed out on CS, which he desperately can't afford right now, and of course his tower is under pressure. So effectively, this is Adastam's game to lose at this point. He just has to not die, and well, picking up an Ogre Club makes it a little bit easier, because that is actually quite a bit of damage to deal with, a focus fire that doesn't have any agnums attached to it just yet.
Yeah, and his item progression is a little bit more. He's got those phase boots up, he's got that Ogre Club, he's got that bottle, and missing a shackle there onto him. What do you think of this warding, though? To be honest, I would have maybe put it's the second ward now that he's put down, but I would have maybe put the ward on top of Beach Tech's cliff instead of mine, just to get vision on 4 power shots.
Yeah, I think look in this sort of scenario, it actually does. You can give quite a bit of vision and whatnot. I think the catch is though, you don't want to give away the fact that you have it there. Normally when you talk about like a general Dota game, whatnot, you can just sneak a support in very early on and get that ward up. But
but there's the shackle.
No, but
Adastam
you're
whacking
missing-
away a world of
Can't get
damage. Beach Tech. Oh, he's one right click away from death, and Adastam knows it. He's gonna go.
Oh my God!
Here's the counter shackle, but he's wind running. Oh no, this is terrible news for Beach Tech. He hits the deck, and that's gonna put the games at 1-1. Good lord, that was close indeed. Beach Tech, a very proud performance on his WINDRANGER there. Like you were saying, a lot of cheeky, nice little things that he was doing right there, Beach Tech.
Yeah, I mean, if you talk about which performance was more dominant, obviously Beach Tech's had the better performance so far. He's effectively got 1 extra kill, and like one less death, I should say, in this event. And he won his Pudge game very, very quickly. So the grand final, I guess we can call it that, is going to be
SF.
pretty interesting.
It's going to be SF mid, as 1v1 rules is. But yeah, I must say, hats off to Beach Tech. I mean, he's playing against players that are way above his skill level, and he's actually, you know, pretty much even with them. Yeah, his last hitting's not as great. Some of his decision making's not as good, but I mean, he is giving them a run for their money, so to speak, and I must say, very well played to him.
Yeah,
Yep.
I totally agree.
Well, this is a best of 3, and we have one more coming up, SF versus SF. It's going to basically decide absolutely everything. It's the grand final. Do join us for the 3rd game. For the time being, though, we'll see you shortly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna do the stats. I'm just gonna look at the hero item and last hits and denies, GPM.
I think possibly what lost that game for Beach Tech is the lack of the bottle early.
Yeah, most likely.
Have the sustain.